Hi everyone. So I got this idea because I don't know if you've ever seen those like Sony Angels, but I thought they were really cute, the ones that go on the back of the phone. But also at the same exact time, I've always wanted to make a Coraline doll of myself. So I decided to combine the two ideas and make a Coraline doll of myself that I can hang on the back of my phone. And so I thought I would take you guys along with me. So I started off this process by covering one of my phone cases in aluminum foil. If you plan on doing this, I'd recommend doing this to a phone case you plan on hanging the doll from. I also used aluminum foil as the base for the head and for the torso, and I used thick wire for the arms and legs just to give it a bit more structure. And then I had also planned on putting my base on here as I was building it, basically using the phone case to build off of just so that I could know how I wanted her to be. I was using Palmer clay, leftover Palmer clay I've had for years. Fun fact, Palmer clay does not dry out, so you can use it for years. I plan on covering this in like a white base paint, but as it goes, I did not know truly what I wanted to do with the clothes, but I was kind of doing a basis of how I normally dress. But this was actually becoming a bit more tricky than I thought it was going to be. So I ended up going with a basic t-shirt that I could design in some fashion, and you're going to see throughout this video that this skirt that I decide to do is going to change multiple different times throughout these clips, but as a base, this is what I was going for. As for the head, if you look at Coraline dolls in the movie, the other mother doesn't necessarily change the basic format of the doll, she just changes the feature to match the kid she's trying to lure, so that's what I was going for as well. I did make the lips bigger because my lips are bigger, but I didn't change the nose size or the button sizes. But here's the final form I basically decided on. I did not attach the head until I was done with changing up the clothes. I love how it kind of looks at this point. I also, if you look at the Coraline doll, she does have fingers, but with how small this doll actually is, I just decided to do nubs instead. I baked the Palmer clay in the oven. The time limit that it had on the packaging didn't go over, didn't go below it, and here is the doll completely baked. That is why it is removed from the aluminum foil on the phone. I would not recommend removing it from the aluminum foil on the phone before you bake it. I actually took the aluminum foil off, not the doll, but cut around the doll with the aluminum foil, put it on the baking pan, still with the aluminum foil under it, and then baked it so it can come off. And then here I covered it in a white base paint because, as I said, I wasn't going to stick with that red color, and I wouldn't recommend just painting straight from the red because then that red will show through. So it's always good to just go over it with a few coats of white, as I did here. And as right now, I was still loving the details and kind of getting even more excited to go into this process. So at this point, I made her my color, and I kind of basically added what I wanted to. I wasn't trying to do my everyday makeup because Coraline dolls don't necessarily have that, but I did put some blush on the cheeks. I decided to go with black button eyes because that's standard. And then I don't know if it can really be seen in this video, I added green to what's supposed to be the string to sew the buttons in. I did my normal everyday lip look on the lips. I did go for a dark brown instead of a black. I do this because I was trying to match the eyebrows of the doll to what my hair color is as of right now. As for the clothes, this is what the base I had, and I actually was not happy with this. I didn't like how much black was going on, even though I wear all black. So at this point, I decided to just do more of a Coraline inspired outfit than something I would actually wear. But here is what I finally decided on, and I'm actually happy with it. If you don't know, the circle or spiral on the back, it's a reference to the doorway. The blue and then the sparkles on the leggings are a part of her outfit. And yeah, just completely Coraline inspired. I actually decided to add my piercings. As you can see, I have my nostril piercing, and here's my septum piercing. As of using the Coraline doll on my phone for the past 2 days, this has fallen out. Granted, I did not secure it very well, so within the next few days, I'm going to fix it again. As for mounting her on my phone, I wanted to be able to remove her so I can put her on different phone cases, so I used this mounting tape. And because I wanted to cover her in a sealant, I used Mod Podge, a matte Mod Podge. So I covered her in the Mod Podge, and because it wasn't clear from the start, this is where I was kind of nervous. But again, just make sure if you do this, do not use thick coats. Go for more light coats and spread it out. And at this point, I attached her to my phone before I attached her hair because I needed her to be on a secure base for me to attach her hair with no issues. And the mounting tape worked perfectly. The mounting tape was made to like hold pictures and stuff, so I wasn't really scared about that. But I liked how she fit completely well. I normally go for square cases, so again, just make sure you use a case you plan on having the doll on your phone. Then I used yarn for the hair, this brown yarn, because if you don't know, my hair is a few different shades of brown, but I decided to go with this brown, and I decided to kind of separate each piece to make them smaller. It doesn't reflect how I normally wear my hair because I wear my hair in braids, but I was not going to braid every single tiny piece of this hair. And then I attached the hair with nail glue. For some reason, I feel like it just works better than regular super glue. I might be lying to myself because they might be the same exact thing, but in my brain, it works better. So I attached it in the style that I normally wear my braids, and I did it in a hairstyle that I normally do on my hair. You're going to see here that I break it up into different clips because I kept stopping to just make sure that the pattern that I was going for would actually work out and look good. And at this point, before I attached the back of her hair, I painted the back of her hair the color of the brown that I was using, just so that I knew if there were spots, the spots that showed through weren't just going to be my skin tone. Then as for the cutting of her hair, I cut her hair not to any particular length. I wasn't trying to match the length of my hair. I was more so trying to cut her hair to a length where it was still long, but you could still see her shirt underneath, the majority of her shirt underneath. I also made the top buns of my hairstyle. I wrapped it in wire, and I completely forgot to record it. I was so wrapped up in the show that I was watching at the same exact time that I forgot to show you me attaching them with hot glue, but here they are. And here is the final product. I absolutely love her. She's absolutely adorable. Again, I've had her on my phone for 2 days since filming this video, and the septum jewelry has fallen out. Other than that, everything else is secure. There's no issues with her. She doesn't get in the way of anything. Polymer clay is actually very durable, so I have had nothing happen. I don't drop my phone, so that's not necessarily an issue that I have to worry about. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I hope you have a good weekend, weekday, weeknight, and bye!